I'm Marisa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
And I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
And today we are just going to be talking a bit about kitchens and things to consider when you are planning a kitchen. Many people, after being home for quarantine, I'm finding a lot of people are trying to redo their kitchen because they used it so much over that year and a half we were in lockdown. So I know that there are many things to consider when redoing kitchens. The most cost-effective way to keep your budget in line is to not move any walls. A lot of people
Absolutely.
want to go bigger and like expand and go into the backyard, and I think that's great. And if you can do it, but that's when I call someone like Tyler.
Exactly.
Because once we go into the backyard or we add a foundation to hold up a kitchen, it gets into a whole nother ballpark.
100%. And sometimes, which, we'll speak about obviously a little bit more, sometimes the kitchen in its footprint that's existing is not going to accommodate what the homeowner is looking for. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to do an extension. And we're seeing that a lot too. Like you said, we're seeing a lot of extensions.
Well, we're seeing a lot of 1970s houses being, 80s houses, kitchens being updated, and people really wanting to have that long island or double ovens or something like that. But I just wanted to touch on a few checkpoints. When I do kitchens, I have a master checklist that I go through, and I consider the cabinets, what goes into them, the door style, the profile, the soft close mechanisms, the sheen level, the stains, the paints. Like, so much goes into the aesthetics of it, and the countertops.
Absolutely. So just the type of materials.
Yes, my checklist starts with fixtures and finishes, from cabinets, countertops, backsplashes, flooring, walls, trim, and molding. And then my second list is plumbing, the primary sink, if we're adding a secondary sink, primary faucet, if we're adding a pot filler, secondary sink, secondary faucet, and garbage disposal. Some people, if we're doing new plumbing, we can tie in a garbage disposal. Then I've got the whole checklist of appliances, which go from cooktop, range hood, refrigerator, dishwasher, microwave, oven, to my subsection of warming drawers, wine refrigerators, small appliances,
pot fillers.
Yes. And then storage needs, as people are, cooking home more, they want a pantry. My next list is storage needs, and how are we creating a pantry? Are we getting creative with cabinetry, or are we making a pantry out of an existing closet and a mudroom, or just storage in drawers? Like, I'm a proponent of getting the accessories and everything off the countertops. So like my countertops are really clean. So my knife block is in cutlery drawers. My stand mixer is in a cabinet with a pull-out shelf. So we've got electrical in there. Just everything is tucked away. Everything has a home. Everything has a place. And yeah, those are just some checklists of things to go through.
Yeah. And I think it's so important, though, which people listening, that's why they want to hire someone like yourself and work with someone like yourself, because you've got the experience, you've got the checklist. And I know we've talked about this in another video, how important it is to have a checklist for every room and have those considerations in place, not only for yourself to understand the totality of the job, but for the homeowner to understand costs. How much is it going to cost to make all these changes? And then you talk about things, pot fillers, you talk about wine fridges under the island and electric under the countertop where you
Hmm.
have a mixer coming up. All that requires plumbing. It requires
Right.
electricity to brought up into certain places that might not be there now. So to have all that in place, to understand, you're not just putting a pop filler on the wall. You need to run plumbing to that location. So
Hmm.
there's an extra level of thinking involved when it comes to some of those items.
Right. They've got plumbing next to gas lines for the stove. So it's a lot.
Hmm.
It's a lot to plan out. And
Yeah.
it's the HGTV phenomenon that happens, that people, they see stuff and everything online, on TV or on Instagram or on social media, and they want it, but they don't know how much pre-planning goes into
Exactly.
these very extensive renovations. Kitchen and bathrooms are really major renovations
Oh yeah.
that people, that that could take a good year of planning to do.
Hmm.
I so plan, get a checklist, hire a
Exactly.
designer. If you want to move walls, call an architect.
Yep.
And
Great
yes,
advice.
if anyone is doing a kitchen renovation or in the midst of it or just finished, we would love to hear about your experience, and please leave it in the comments below.
Hmm.
And I am Marissa of Marissa Orlich Interiors.
And I'm Tyler of JM2 Architecture.
Thank you.
Thanks.